Hi everyone, this is Lundy Kiger, and I want to welcome you to video 11. This is called The Testing of My Faith. We've already had the first 10 videos that had to do with living to tell about it, the story of my death. And now that we've completed each of those, we're moving into a new phase because we're preparing for our first live recorded event. The reason that I want to talk to you about what's going on now is to share something that is going on in my life that I'm sure that happens in your life also, where you may grow in your faith, but then your faith gets tested. Now, as we prepare for this live event on November 7th, 2022, in my hometown, there's a lot of things that have taken place as far as my growth, my spiritual growth, my growth with God. And being able to sit in front of a camera and do videos and tell the story is not quite as difficult as when you're preparing to do it not only live, but recorded, and it's going to be sent out all over on social media. As I prepare for this live event, it's going to be an event that is going to be held at a local civic center. I'm going to also have a panel of people that are going to be there to ask questions. And we'll start out with about a 10-minute video taking parts of video 1 and 2, the sting and what motivated me to search for God. And after that, I plan on telling the story of my death. I plan on telling about what took place, how it felt, what I remember, and also when I opened my eyes up on the other side of this world, what I saw. When you prepare to take a stand for God and tell people what has taken place, and you're going to do it live with an audience, and I'm going to open it up for questions, because what this event is about is a couple of things. One, for people to hear and ask questions about a subject that many of us don't want to talk about, and that's death. And then the second is to put the spotlight on God, to show the greatness of God and what God will do in all of our lives. And when you prepare for something like this, you're going to have questions. You're going to think about what you're doing. You're going to put yourself in the interview, in front of people, in front of the camera. And as you do that, you're going to make sure that you're totally prepared. But as you may be confident and you feel that you're totally prepared, that's when the evil one will come in and start questioning you. Are you really ready? Do you really know what all is going to be asked? Do you really think about the situation and what people may think about you when you tell such a story as this? And it put me in a position in my prayer where the question was asked to me, Lundy, is your faith really strong enough? Is it where it needs to be to stand up for me like this? And over the last couple of days, I've thought about that question. Is my faith sufficient? Is it strong enough to be able to stand up for God in the most public way that I've ever stood up for Him in my life? And as I think about that, I go back to 2020 when we lost all the family members that I talk about in video 2. And I think about January when I started thinking of God, reading the scriptures and telling God, God, I want to be with you. I'm coming after you. I want to have that relationship that is strong. And when I think back on the day of the sting on June 30th, 2021, and my life coming to an end, and the things that God let me see on the other side. I have to say this to that question. Are you prepared? Is your faith sufficient? Yes, I'm prepared. Yes, my faith is sufficient. And I'm going to do everything I can to tell this story proudly for my Lord and Savior. Thank you.